All right, let's see. So show me.
So it's difficult to see, but the brake pads are actually this right here. This is the back, and then on the inside, that's the liner.
Okay.
And they're measured from in there.
Okay.
This metal part, this and this, that's your rotor. So the brake pads clamp down on the rotor. Those brake pads wear away over time to release heat. So these are the fronts. These are the rears.
Okay. And the fronts, those were at like 1 to 2?
1 to 2, right?
Okay.
It's hard. You got to kind of come over and see it from inside here.
Okay.
So these are the rears.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's that little window, that peephole there.
Yes.
So that inside part, right there, that's the brakes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And
Sorry.
you'll see the front here. This is the back of the brake pad.
Okay.
This whole thing all the way up and down, and that's the shim, and these are the fitting kits.
So there was nothing with the brake line that was...
No, so these are the lines.
And
had them
they
checked
were
all the way
fine.
through. Yeah, there's not even corrosion or anything.
Okay.
They're good to go. And we
So-
go back to the rear right-hand side. This is the rear right, and this one is missing that brake pad. That pad is now gone.
Okay, yeah, because that's what David said. He said that the whole part was...
Yes.
Like, how does this entire... It looks like it came out of
So
where
this
this
is
fitting was?
So if you see this whole piece here,
Uh-huh.
that's your brake caliper. These slide pins, they go back and forth when you press your brakes. When that pad's gone, it overextended, and there's nothing that keeps it from keeping it in there. So that pad had come out.
Could I have like from it overextended and popped out, or could it have been like pulled off?
No,
or?
I mean it probably came out when they went to come back.
Okay.
So they come in, and then when you let off, they go back. If there's not enough pad there, it may have slipped out because the shim's here. And there's no pry marks. There's no evidence of it being shimmied out of there.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, this rust is just from it being metal on metal. They're untreated, so that's what happens. And then
All right,
the front
good.
ones,
So it wasn't like a brief moment of someone trying to kill
No,
me. It was
yeah.
just a long term of
right.
not
So this is the outer
being
pad.
able to afford to maintain
This is
it.
the inner pad.
Okay.
These are the springs here.
All right.
This is the caliper. So this thing will clamp down when you push the brake and release. But once those pads are too far gone, when you push it, it only pushes so far, and that back pad is what came out. The rotors are a little rusty and grooved just from them being not flush with those pads. So that's why they're not able to be resurfaced, which is what we do. We can lave them.
Oh.
This groove, you feel it's just too much of a lip. So if we were to put new pads on this, on here, it would only work that much, and you'd get a real bad vibration as you were driving. So we
that's why that needs to be replaced.
Right, we recommended the front and rear rotors, pads, shim kits, and fitting kits. The rears do need the caliper because this part right here has just come out too far, and that's not supposed to be like that right there.
Okay.
So that's not repairable. So we quoted up some calipers for just the rears.
Okay.
Because that's what they needed there.
Okay. All right.
But everything else on the car was in good shape.
Okay.
I mean, I could have it higher. There's nothing underneath. The brake lines look fine.
Good. All right.
The suspension was all good. Nothing was leaking. The exhaust was fine. So maintenance-wise, it was just the brakes, and then the tires are getting a little low.
Okay.
Just a little worn on the outside.
Okay.
And the tread's getting a little bit on the low, so you would probably have needed a new set before it starts snowing again.
Okay. Well, I'm never driving this car again. My lease is up soon, but whatever you need to do to, like, what you need to do. But
We'll wait for your full permission before we do any work on the vehicle. I don't know how Manny and the sales team would want to handle that.
Yeah, we're trying to work that.
It's right there.
Yeah.
But this looks like it could just come right off. It's just paint transfer. Everything else, nothing's broken. Nothing's hanging underneath here. You never really get to see underneath. This is fine on the front, so nothing got bumped into it. Just needs those brakes.
Okay. So, all right. And that, I want to compare with the other tire or the other. This is what it should look like.
Exactly. There's a pad in there. That caliper, you see the piston right here is not fully extended. Okay. So that boot's still there. The rubber bit keeps it all from seizing up. You got the backing plate of that pad in there. Even though it's thin, pretty much gone, there's still the back of the brake pad liner that's in there.
So how did the other back plate it just slipped out?
Yeah, once this pressed down and came out, this was probably loose in here, and then as you drive, you know, everything's jostling around.
Right.
It probably just came out through this opening, just
Okay.
worked itself out.
Okay.
Yeah, this rotor's real grooved as well.
Okay, so
That little bit of orange on there is just from it sitting in the water outside.
okay. All right. What's your name? Dennis. Oh, I talked to you. Thanks, Dennis.
I think last time too.
Yeah. Okay, so that's where the whole pad is. The
Yeah.
whole thing is. Oh boy.
So what happened was when you went to press your brakes,
Uh-huh.
this metal thing clamped down on this other metal thing, and metal is slippery.
Right.
So it's like not having, like, there was nothing stopping back here. The fronts as well, there's just not enough brake pad to contain the weight of the vehicle. So you press that brake pedal, the vehicle still wanted to go forward because there's not enough brake pad to stop the car.
Oh, gotcha. All right. And then that plate just slipped out because.
Yeah, it must have just, because if you look from over here, there's a space
Okay.
where if this pad came out, it could have either dropped from the bottom, most likely.
Yeah.
Just came out that little hole right there because it's just a teeny little plate. If you look at it from the inside, you'll see the other one back here on this back side. That's the back of the plate, the shim, and this water, this fluid right here, that's brake fluid. And that's just because this is so far out, it's just leaking on the bottom of that piston. They're not supposed to go that low. It's not designed to open up that far.
Okay.
But
So
these-
if the brake pad were worn down to nothing, would you still see that plate fall out, or you've seen that?
well, it would be like this one in the back. So this one in the back is down to the metal, but that plate's there.
So how come that plate stayed in place?
Because this piston, or the thing that pushes the brake forward, is pressed against the back there.
Oh, so there was nothing to. I see. So
Yeah.
that's why it pushed off.
Right.
Probably the other.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then once that piston overextended right there,
Uh-huh.
it's stuck like that. It doesn't go back and forth as you're driving.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Good.
Yep,
I
and then-
feel a little better.
Yeah, and then everything underneath
I mean-
here, everything looks fine, factory good.
Okay.
The lines, the exhaust, everything. I mean, it's actually in pretty good shape for a lease in Northeast Ohio. Normally these get a little rusty.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's in really good shape.
Especially considering I couldn't go to my last couple of maintenances, which would have prevented this if I were able to.
Right,
So,
yeah, I mean-
yeah.
Even just having the pads and the shims done probably would have kept it from getting to this point.
How much would have just the pads and shims have costed?
I mean, it's the labor. That's
Okay.
It's still 2 hours, so it's still $280 in labor, and the pads are $80. So
Okay.
it would be like $300 for the rears,
Okay.
for the front. We do the shims and fitting kits because when you do it all at the same time, it makes it work much better and last much longer.
Okay. And then what are the costs of regular maintenances? Because when I got the vehicle, I never had to pay for my maintenance.
Like if you just were doing the oil changes for the GXs, $89.95, and then every 10,000 miles is the oil change and tire rotate. Tire rotates are just $35 extra on top of the oil change. It's pretty relatively inexpensive.
Okay. Because I remember my first
Yeah.
maintenance was like a couple $100.
Yeah, if you do like the 20K and 30K, there's all the preventative maintenance things in there, like wiper inserts, key fob
Yeah, that
batteries.
was in there.
Right. The bare minimum, though, that needs to be done to keep the vehicle operating, like if you were going to buy it and just keep it for a long time, is oil changes every 10,000 miles.
Okay.
Rotates every 5, so your tires can wear evenly, and we can measure your brakes every 5,000 miles.
Okay.
That way you don't get any kind of surprises between maintenances.
Yeah. So mine, I think my last maintenance where I couldn't pay that bill was it, do you know what it was? It was like 200 something. And I was told the wipers and maybe the brake pads.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
then,
sure if that...
okay.
I'd have to look it up. I gotta go wash my hand, though.
Okay. Can I come in this way?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It's also, for you, I have your customer copy of that.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thanks so much, Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're gonna just hold on to these two.
Okay.
And then you don't have to worry about paying for the brake inspection until you bring the loaner back. It was like the $35, so it came out to,
Okay.
I don't know, like $40 or something.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
So just review that, look at everything on there.
Okay.
Also, there was an open recall on the car for your airbag on the
Okay.
passenger side.
Okay.
We just did that. It's
Okay.
all under warranty. You didn't have to pay for anything. But now, you know, if you did do the brakes or if you kept the car, It is safe on that side.
Okay.
You can't let a car leave without a recall.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Do you need me to, can I keep this copy signed? Do I sign anything, or what do I do?
No, there's nothing that needs signed. I mean, you can pay for the brake inspection now, or you can pay for it when you bring the loaner back on Tuesday. It's up to you.
Okay. Now, as far as, I was told that it would be like $35 a day if I kept it longer.
Correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is per day on the loaner.
So if I kept it longer, then I would just be billed at the time I return it?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Yeah, we would add that $35 to each one of those
Okay.
days from Tuesday onward.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because this is the signature.
Right. That I know that it's 35 a day. Okay. All right. Well, I have to figure out how I could, I don't know if you know the issue, but it would be rather for me to do like a one-time thing to get this build taken care of, that car safe, and I don't want to drive that car again anyways. And then we're trying to figure out how to get me a vehicle.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you could almost like of the GX and then just have it turned in and get something else. I mean, that would be a direction. I just know that Lexus would need those brakes to be in a safe operating thing. Otherwise, they would bill you regardless. Just like if you were to try and turn a lease in with bald tires, or if the windshield was smashed.
of course, I get that.
Yeah. So that's something between you and me.
Okay.
You're good for now. If you have any other questions, I'll give you my card.
Yeah. Thank you, Dennis. Thanks so much. I feel so much better because it was,
Yeah, it was just
it was bright.
worn out brake pads, and once all the pads, you can have front pads be low as long as your back's good, but once they all get down to that low, no brakes, you can't stop the car.
Wow.
That's why they're built for. So
Yeah. Okay.
You're in the loaner now, so you're safe. All that stuff's typed up on there. I even made sure that it's not safe to drive. Put the minimum 3mm on there. But if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to call me.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you. You too.
That won't work either.
They won't. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do too, because after we walk through and I, have also that bill, I want to try to do like a one and done, like, just go to the court but so, and I don't know how to repair someone's credit when it's been, like destroyed in the way.
Right.
I don't know how that happens. I know that it takes a lot of phone calls and a lot of work, but I know that people are able to repair their credit for when there's like abusive situations. But so, and I don't like, wouldn't want to anyway have my parents like have to sweat anything.
Right.
So I'm thinking like in the time being, I'm going to get this done. He said that he's got me in, we're good and set on the loaner, and I'm aware of the charges for extra days, and I don't know. I agreed to it if it's fine, but if they don't, that's fine too. But I should start thinking about another vehicle too.
Yes.
But you're not going to do those little minis? You're not going to be my dealer if I did that?
I can introduce you to somebody up there, but it's not going to be me directly, just per se. I mean, I'm not an expert on those cars. I can't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about them.
All right. So you wouldn't even get a commission on that, huh?
I get half a commission.
Oh.
That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
But yeah, just let
And
me
they have to be at least a little bit as nice as you.
Right.
And understanding, because
They're
I don't
different.
tell anyone my stuff really, and you made it a little easier for me.
No problem.
So,
Hey.
good. How are you? Would I be able to get a test drive to get an idea of what I'm leaning towards?
A Mini?
I'm looking at like a pre-owned, something, either a Mini or, something, I had to have to look at the prices.
Sure.
At first I was walking through here and I saw the hybrids had great mileage, and I'm looking for my regular costs to be, my gas costs to be low.
Sure.
I mean, part of the reason I didn't take this other dental job, I started working up in, like, east of Ashtabula, was because it was unnecessary to drive my big truck and, 2 hours of commute and gas, so that's why but if I had a little zippy car that didn't cost much on gas, I would be up at John's office all the time, and but I wouldn't need to really qualify. I don't know. I could see. I don't know. Oh boy. Yeah. So what do you have pre-owned in a?
I don't have anything hybrid.
Okay. What about pre-owned in? Can you look up the little minis?
Yep.